Hello, it's your old friend Michael Chabon, and I'm here for story time. And today we will be having Madeline. We've had Frances, we've had Olivia, and now we're having Madeline. Madeline takes place in Paris, in France, just like another book. Well, another book we had didn't take place in Paris, but it took place in France. Do you remember what that one was? It was Crichton. Remember about the snake? Well, this one happens in France too, in Paris. And it's by Ludwig Bemelmans. He wrote it. He did the beautiful illustrations and this beautiful painting on the cover. And this one, like these board books, they don't have title pages. I'm not sure why. So I can't show you the title page. It just starts right there with page 1. There's a little picture of Madeline. Let's begin. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. See them? If you count them, there are 12. 2 rows of 6. Who's that, you ask? If you don't already know, you're about to find out. In 2 straight lines, they broke their bread. There now. You might think that's a funny expression, to break your bread. It doesn't literally mean that they picked up their bread and smashed it with a hammer. It's a way of saying to eat a meal is to break bread. In 2 straight lines, they broke their bread and brushed their teeth and went to bed. See them? 2 straight lines. They're brushing their teeth at the sinks. And here they are in their 12 little beds. This is a girls' school in Paris, and they all sleep in one big room. They smiled at the good and frowned at the bad. Let's look at these 2 beautiful paintings here. This one, that's the opera house in Paris. And what's the good that they're smiling at? Can you see? Let's go in close. See, there they are. All right, I'm just going to tell you, that's Miss Clavel. She's their teacher. And there, what they see is this lady, this nice lady, is giving maybe some sugar to that horsey. Meanwhile, something's going on back here. When they frown at the bad, see what that is? It's a robber. He's being chased by this gendarme, this French policeman. And here, this is completely blanking on it. It will come to me, Place Vendôme. And that's a famous column in the middle of it. They don't like seeing someone being robbed, so they frown at that. And sometimes they were very sad. What made them sad? They are at the hospital for soldiers who have been wounded or injured. And here is a soldier, see, and he has something wrong with his foot. He's walking on crutches, and that makes them sad. They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines. And there they go. 9:30, 2 straight lines. In rain or shine. There they are. This is Notre Dame Cathedral in the rain. It's a great big church in Paris. And here they are in the sunshine, the Jardin de Luxembourg, at a big public park outside. Beautiful pictures. In rain or shine. The smallest one, the smallest girl, was Madeline. She was not afraid of mice. Here's Madeline. She's the smallest of all the girls, and here she's being measured, probably for some new clothes. And that's how they know just how small she is. And here, look in the kitchen. A mouse got into the kitchen. All the other girls are all bunched up in the corner. They're afraid of a mouse, but no, there's a few mice, aren't there? Madeline's not afraid. She thinks they're cute. She loved winter, snow, and ice. Let's try those two lines together. They sound better. She was not afraid of mice. She loved winter, snow, and ice. There they are. All the little students of the school, all playing in the snow, having a snowball fight. There's Miss Clavel. There's the Church of Sacred Heart. To the tiger, I know we don't even need to read it. To the tiger in the zoo, Madeline just said, poo poo. And nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavel. And look, here's the river in Paris, the River Seine. There's some fishing, here's boats, here's a bridge. And look closely, here's Miss Clavel. Here's all the other little girls. And look at Madeline. What is she doing? She's walking along the edge of the bridge on the balustrade there. That seems pretty dangerous, and it's terrifying to poor Miss Clavel. In the middle of one night, Miss Clavel turned on her light and said, "Something is not right." Look, she just has a feeling. Something is wrong in the house, in the school. It's a boarding school. Little Madeline sat in bed, cried and cried. Her eyes were red. Oh no, sorry. Here we are. Oh, I see her. Do you see her? Look at her. Poor, there's Madeline down there. She woke up crying. Something's wrong with her. All the other little girls are all worried. What's the matter with Madeline? And soon after, Dr. Cone came. He rushed out to the phone and he dialed Downton 106. "Nurse," he said, "it's an appendix." He called Dr. Cone. He came rushing over and he figured out that Madeline's appendix is infected, is swollen, needs to come out. That happened to me when I was about 12 years old. I had to have my appendix taken out. And before they took it out, it really hurt a lot. And then I went to the hospital. They took it out. I felt much better. In a car with a red light, they drove out into the night. There they are in nighttime Paris. You know what that is, right? That's the Eiffel Tower. And there's the ambulance that's taking Madeline, rushing her to the hospital. Madeline woke up 2 hours later in a room with flowers. Very beautiful painting of the flowers in Madeline's hospital room. Madeline soon ate and drank. On her bed, there was a crank. This is an old-fashioned hospital. This story's happening a long time ago. Here's how the nurses in the hospital used to dress. Look at that hat. Looks like she might be about to fly away. And here's the hospital bed, and see, there's the crank. the foot of the bed that you used to be able to. Now everything works with a remote control that makes the bed go up and down. But back then you had to turn a hand crank to make that happen. And a crack on the ceiling had the habit of sometimes looking like a rabbit. Look at that. That's the ceiling of Madeline's hospital room. And she thinks that crack looks like a rabbit. It really does. In fact, it looks more like a rabbit to me than a crack. One nice morning, Miss Clavel said, "Isn't this a fine day to visit Madeline?" So all the other girls are gathered together to go on this beautiful day. You see the sun is shining. And go visit Madeline in the hospital. Tiptoeing with solemn face, with some flowers and a vase. So they come bringing more flowers. Here they are, all the girls. And they each are holding a flower. And Miss Clavel's holding the vase or vase. In they walked and then said, "Ah," when they saw the toys and candy and the dollhouse from Papa. Well, people have been taking care of Madeline. Her father, her Papa, sent her a dollhouse. Look at that cool dollhouse, a little baby carriage for a doll, some books, all kinds of toys and candy, and a balloon, all for Madeline, because she's sick and had to go to the hospital, and that was very scary, but she was brave. But the biggest surprise by far, on her stomach was a scar. Yep, I have a scar too on my stomach from when I had my appendix out, which I used to show my children right about this point in the story, but I don't think we're going to do that here. It's right, I'll show you where it is though. It's right here, right above where my belt goes. Well, they just think that's pretty amazing that she has a scar. "Goodbye," they said. "We'll come again." And the little girls left in the rain. They went home and broke their bread, brushed their teeth, and went to bed. See? There they are. They're all leaving, saying goodbye to Madeline. She has to stay in the hospital a little bit longer. They all go home to their school, and they all get in their beds. Look, this bed's empty, right? Because Madeline's not there. In the middle of the night, Miss Clavel turned on the light and said, "Something is not right." And afraid of a disaster, Miss Clavel ran fast and faster, and she said, "Please, children, do tell me what is troubling you." And all the little girls cried, "Boo-hoo! We want to have our appendix out too." Why? Get all the toys and games and candy and have a cool scar in your stomach? Who wouldn't want that, right? Here they all are crying. "Good night, little girls. Thank the Lord you are well. And now go to sleep," said Miss Clavel. And she turned out the light and closed the door. And that's all there is. There isn't any more. And that's the end of Madeline. Hope you liked it. I loved reading it to you, and I'll see you again for story time tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be kind, have fun.